So right now, we're on the Frary Peak trail. We're quite a bit of ways off the trail. I'm taking you to a hidden spring that's not even labeled on a map. On the USGS map, it's not even labeled. And so I was doing some Google Earth, just searching like 6 years ago, maybe longer than that. Yeah, like 8 years ago. And I was like, what's that on the mountain? So I took my brother and I down the same path, just kind of off the path exploring with this spring in mind. And I was like, I'll bet you there's some water down there. And so we hiked up here for, quite a few miles, then went exploring through the bushes here, bushwhacking. Then we came to the spring, or this rock face, and we're like, oh, we hear water down there. And sure enough, there was flowing water on this desert island of Antelope Island. Now, I went back like a few months later. That was probably in early May, 8 years ago. And then like back in July, it was all dried up. So I think it's just a high elevation spring, only flows in the springtime, then kind of dries up as summer hits in. But in the springtime, it's super cool. So we're almost there. And there's water flowing out, but it's not as much as it was eight months ago. See how there's a little wet spot? So you can hear the water flowing. So it surfaces just right here. So you can see it coming straight out of the rock right there. See that right there?
Oh, yeah.
Just comes straight out of the rock. And it comes out just right here too. All this water is basically draining the hillside, and it surfaces just right here. I think in higher snow years, there'll be more water coming out. Because last time there was like a garden hose strength. It wasn't a lot of water, but it is a lot louder than this. Yeah, look at all that water coming out of the moss. You could even say there's a little waterfall on Antelope Island. Like a cascade. Now I won't show you the specifics on how to get here, because you gotta earn it. But it is on the Frary Peak trail. You do have to wander off quite a bit, but if you use Google Earth, just look in the drainages, and you won't see this very visibly, because the water won't show up just because it's so small. But if you put some effort into it, do some hiking, you can find it. But I'd say if you come here after probably late April, even early May of 2022, this will all be dried up. So let's go down a little bit lower. Pretty marshy down here.
Yeah.
Green. Okay, back on the main trail here. That was a long detour to go see a spring. What's our mileage at?
It's at 4.2.
We'll probably be 4.5 miles once we reach the car. So that's a long trip just to see a spring, huh? What'd you think of that, Sarah? What'd you think of the spring?
I thought it was cool.
Cool to see flowing water on a desert island.
Yeah.
It's not one you repeat all the time. It's just if you want a little variety, if you want a little exploration, then it will definitely reward you if you search it and hunt it out. So that's what this was. So good luck to you guys in finding the spring. But sayonara from Antelope Island State Park in Utah.